So I was in a Facebook group this morning on my tiny laptop, and I was reading a post where somebody was talking about how they really hated their body before they started their health journey on a GLP-1. And now they've lost a ton of weight, and now they still hate their body because of loose skin. So let's put the tiny laptop away and let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Allie. I'm on a fantabulous weight loss quest, and hopefully you'll subscribe, come along for the ride, because I put out new videos every day. So I was just reviewing on my tiny iPad the post that I was talking about. And whenever I see these type of posts, they really break my heart. And it's one of the main reasons why I think that it should be required that people who get on a GLP-1, specifically to lose weight, I think that they should be required to be in therapy for a certain amount of time. I think that everyone can benefit from therapy, and I think that there are so many of us in these support groups that are dealing with a lifetime of being inundated by diet culture, by unrealistic, body expectations, by unsupportive families, right? The list goes on and on. And dealing with all of those emotions can be challenging. And not only that, not dealing with those emotions can lead to bigger problems in the future. One of the things that I did when I first started researching and getting prepared to be on a GLP-1 is I did a lot of research about loose skin. And if you're wondering what that sound is, Kevin is making his bed over there, and so he's scratching. So I did a lot of research about loose skin because I knew, being somebody who needed to lose more than 50 pounds, the chances of me having loose skin was pretty much 100%. And I wanted to be mentally prepared for that. And I don't think that there are enough people doing that. I think that we can all probably relate to being obese or morbidly obese and not being happy or feeling fulfilled in our body at that weight. But I think that, people don't realize the trade-off. Now, I want to say a few things about loose skin because I feel like there's a lot of people out there that give a lot of garbage advice when it comes to loose skin. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to sell you a cream. I'm not trying to sell you a supplement. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I am here to tell you that if you have more than 50 pounds to lose, then you are likely going to have loose skin. If you are age 35 and up, you are probably going to have loose skin. Now, what are your options as far as dealing with the loose skin? Can you do a bunch of collagen supplements? Yes. Is it going to cure it? No. Is it going to help? Minimally. You can do all sorts of lotions and firming creams. Are they going to help? Minimally. Are they going to cure the loose skin? No. You can lift weights and build muscle to fill in that area of the loose skin. Is that going to help? Minimally. Unless you can build a big enough muscle in that area that is the same size as what was there previously in, adipose tissue, right? It's only going to help so much. You can only bulk up so much. So it's important to have realistic expectations. It's also important to remember that your self-worth or your worth as a person is not tied to the way that you look. And if I had $1 for every time somebody posted in one of the support groups and said that they were so unhappy in a bigger body because they didn't like how they looked, and now they're so unhappy in a smaller, healthier body because they're not happy with the loose skin and how they look. If I had $1, right, I would have retired already. It's important to not only have realistic expectations, but it's important to talk through those feelings. Now, for me, that meant having a very real, brutally honest conversation about loose skin with my significant other. And I pretty much said, hey, there's a pretty good chance I'm going to look like a melted snowman. It's not going to be pretty. It's definitely not going to be sexy. I don't know that I'll ever be in a position to afford all of the plastic surgery that would be needed to correct all of it. How do you feel about that? And we had a very real conversation. And thankfully, the response was, I love you no matter what. Because if it hadn't been, we'd be having a totally different conversation right now. That would have been a problem. But seriously, it's something that you need to talk about. If how your spouse views you is important to you, then you want to have that conversation with them. If how you view yourself is important to you, then you may want to have a conversation with a therapist who can help you through all of those feelings, right? It's challenging. It's hard. It's not easy. And to correct the loose skin is expensive. And there are some instances where you can get it covered by insurance, but not always. And if you want more information on that, definitely go check out my other video where I talk about loose skin and getting your insurance company to cover surgery. So what's the big takeaway here? You are worth more than what you look like. Whether it's loose skin, whether it's how tall you are, how short you are, if you have a round face or an oval face or a square face, if you have thin hair or thick hair or straight hair or curly hair, it does not matter what you look like. What you look like does not determine your worth as a person. Your actions do. So if your health is important to you, I would encourage you to not give up on your weight loss goals on a GLP-1. I have seen so many people that started to have loose skin and they were like, okay, I can't handle this, I give up. Don't give up. Get help. And I want to make one thing perfectly clear. The way that you view yourself via looking in the mirror is not your fault. It comes from years of diet culture and media and being bombarded with images of perfection that are completely unattainable. It comes from familial ties and relationships where you potentially did not have a good support system that made you feel good about the person that you are on the inside. None of those things are your fault. And that's why therapy can be a great option to get you through all of that garbage. Because it's been ingrained in us for so long. But I am here to tell you that once you let all of that go, once you accept who you are on the inside, no matter what your size is, you will be happier. Even if you're not thrilled about the loose skin, even if you wish that things were different, you will still find peace in yourself. And that's what I wish for everyone. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'd love to have you along for the ride. If you're looking for a positive-only support group where you can get support when you have big feelings while on your health journey, definitely check out the link in the description box below. Make sure you check out my other videos where I have other helpful tips and tricks that can help you on your health journey. And as always, be kind, rewind.